Hello and welcome to the mill. I am your host Dusty Crane, and this week we have an unboxing for you of Viticulture World, the cooperative expansion for viticulture. Let's go ahead and set this box lid aside here. Got the rule books on top, the regular multiplayer and the solo Buratino rules. I'm probably really mispronouncing that poorly, but yeah, that's the solo mode. So here are the innovation tiles on the punch board. You can see the upgrades that are available to upgrade your vineyard and your shared spots, and that's just the back of those cards. And then we have another piece of punch board here. Same deal, innovation tiles, the rectangular and the oval. And we also have some automa tiles. And yep, that's not a misprint. That is the way it is. Some of those get drawn and some of those just go right onto the board. Here we have a new dual layer game board. One side, this one right here, is for the regular, just the regular base game, adding, that content to it. You can see new tracks, new positions, new wake up chart. And then on the other side here, it's pretty much identical, except for you can see there are orange spots for the structures from Tuscany. So you can bring those cards into Viticulture World as well. I'll go ahead and fold that up, put that aside, and let's take a look here. Nice organizer. Got a lid here to keep everything in place. And, the first thing that jumps out is the fact that, we have the return of these biodegradable or bags, and these are the winter visitor hats, or the winter worker hats. You can see they're rubbery. They fit on the meeples, and they also fit on the Meeple Source meeples. This wasn't intentional, but I do happen to have those Meeple Source meeples, and they do fit. This here is just the package of the summer worker hats. Same deal, nice and rubbery. And yeah, I'll just set these aside here. Now these are not new visitors. These are black border cards, and these are meant to replace cards that you might have from that are basically they're identifying cards that are not compatible with Viticulture World. So you would replace these cards from your base game, from Viticulture, from Tuscany, from Rhine Valley, some of the wherever these there's a mention of it in the book, where these cards where they come from in terms of the expansions. And so no new visitor cards, just replacements for the ones that don't work with this expansion. But when you're looking here into this box, like one thing that you notice is we have these paper bands. So away with the plastic shrink wrap. So nice, part of the effort to be more environmentally friendly. Inside this bag here, we have the influence token and the event token. The event token being the bell, and the influence token being that pink. I kind of think of it as like a maple leaf. It's kind of what it looks like to me. So I'm going to go ahead and kind of flip through these. We'll take a look at these different, really, continent decks, and you'll see that these vary a little bit from continent to continent. These are basically, you're going to put these on the board to, when you meet certain criteria. You can see this one replaces that year-end check mark that goes on, or checklist that goes on the board, and then these adjust different parts of the board. And, when you meet certain requirements, there's certain things that happen, you can replace things on the card. So setup rules, I'm just going to go through these real quickly. I don't really want to spoil anything. You can see those protective cards that are listed there. Set that right there. Let's pick up this nice looking purple deck, and I'm going to go ahead and take a look at those. Got a protective card. At Europe, you can see this difficulty is medium. The different setups, different conditions there. And this one, you see there are, varies from that first deck. I haven't had a chance to play this one yet. I don't remember exactly what all of these mean. It's been a while since I proofread this. And this will have been recorded prior to the design diaries. Take a look at the North America deck here. You see the familiar St. Louis arch there, and these are one aspect of, it's like kind of a double-sided, it's a track that you move down in North America. And just scroll through those real quick. You can see North America is listed as a medium difficulty realm, or I guess scenario. And like I said, I didn't want to hang out on any one of those one cards for any length of time because there's kind of some interesting stories. How the vines and viticulture came to these areas. And here we have Australia, Oceania, I guess, New Zealand, that type of thing. Let's see, it says Oceania, so that's where we're going with this one. Is also a medium difficulty. There's individual setup and rules again, and then just flipping through these cards, and then we'll get to kind of what makes this one special, which is this shared knowledge track and how you're able to kind of work together here, cooperate, I guess is the name of the game, to really just share this knowledge and gain a benefit that helps the both of you. We have the South America deck, which is also listed as a medium difficulty. You can see, talking about settlers, talking about viticulture, production. All right, and here we are in Green Gully, which is the introductory continent. Kind of teach you the way the game plays. We got innovation, seasonal workers, more innovation, international trading, Forever King. These here, we've moved on to the automa deck, or some automa cards. Here we have Egypt. Some setup rules, kind of that shared, using cards as resources is kind of the idea for this continent, and that's pretty cool. Next up, let's go ahead and take a look at the automa deck. Not a whole lot to look at, honestly. I mean, very cool robot there. These cards all look pretty much the same. They we have this protective card on top, and then kind of just showing you where you're placing your workers when you're playing the solo mode. I'll go ahead and have a playthrough soon, maybe next week. Maybe I'll put these out at the same time, depending on how the editing goes, but we shall see. And then let's get into the new Mamas and Papas, or the new red and blue cards. And in this particular deck, the Mamas are on the red cards and the Papas are on the blue cards. Nope, sorry, I had that wrong. The Mamas are on the blue cards and the Papas are on the red cards. So this deck of cards as is only going to produce male-female pairings. However, if you want to shuffle this with the Mamas and Papas from, viticulture, you can end up with, non-heteronormative pairings. You can end up with, you can certainly end up with your male-female pairings, but you can also end up female-female, male-male. And we saw a little bit of our co-designers there. We saw Francisco and we saw Mahir. And some new Mamas and Papas right there. And that is Viticulture World. Let's go ahead and take a look at the box. Go ahead and see those. We got the lead playtesters, the cultural consultant, the playtesters. Thank you so much, everyone, for the work that you do on these games. We got the Automa lead playtesters, the copy editor, the Automa playtesters, and the proofreaders and copy editors. A couple of blank sides here, and then we'll go ahead and take a look at the back of the box. Jamie's already revealed all this stuff. Yeah, there it is. So let's take a peek and see if there's anything under there. Nah, no surprises. Sometimes you get them, sometimes you don't. Let's go ahead and put this stuff away. Not necessarily how you would put it away in its final state, since you'll be punching things out of the punch board, but the cards, you could certainly keep them, banded, or you can, take the bands off and put them away, but, that's up to you. Hey, Future Dusty here. So it's probably worth talking about that South America deck, I believe it was. There are a couple of cards in there. By now you've may have heard, saw a video from Thinker Themer where Amy and Maggie talk about their experience with this expansion. And if you pre-order or even just order this from Stonemaier, there will be a promo pack included that has a new introductory starting, a new Green Gully. And also, I believe as a part of that same pack, has a couple of replacements for those problematic figures that are included in that deck. And so I just wanted to take a minute to mention that those cards, have been replaced with, a couple of others that are, I guess you would say, less problematic. Although when you're trying to do right, sometimes, especially as it relates to human beings, sometimes you can only do better. It's shades of gray. So the replacement workers, someone did make mention of, I don't remember the name of the two new people that are replacing the conquistadors from that South America deck, but someone had mentioned that yes, they were very influential, but they also financed or benefited from another war. And so, it's history is messy, and in trying to do the best you can with history, sometimes there's some missteps. I guess all I really have to say about that is just that if you have the base game of Viticulture World and you don't like the characters that you see represented there, I think it's obvious that no harm, or it should be obvious that no harm was intended in the inclusion. But Stonemaier did recognize, and Jamie in particular recognized, that some missteps were made and worked to remedy it. Now, it's hard to tell at this point whether or not the remedy is a suitable replacement. Hopefully it is. Hopefully, if you were troubled by the inclusion of Cortez and the other individual, hopefully these replacement figures are more suitable. Nobody being perfect, hopefully more suitable. Yes, such a weird kind of direction to take this unboxing, but I thought it was worth mention because depending on where you get your copy of Viticulture World and when you actually buy it, those cards will either already be replaced. In the case of future reprintings, will have those cards. They won't have the replacement cards. They won't have Cortez in the other one, but they will have these new folks. And if you get it from your friendly local game store before another printing, then you can go to Stonemaier, to their web shop rather, and find those replacement cards there. But yeah, that is all I have for you. I'm just going to go ahead and delete past Dusty's exit there, and I'll just say thank you so much for watching this, and I do plan on having a solo playthrough available either this week or next week. I still haven't decided. I have it filmed. I have to find the time to edit it between now and then. So maybe I'll pop it up sometime midweek. In any case, it's coming. Hopefully with no flaws, but I guess we'll see. But again, thank you so much for watching. Take care of yourselves and each other. Bye.